Video games in recent times have become one of the biggest and most popular sources of media. Many people have come to understand and respect video games. But not everyone. Your grandparents or even your parents may call every system or game you play a Nintendo. But why is that? Well, let's go back to the beginning. In the late 70s through the early 80s, arcades were at an all-time peak. Games like Pac-Man, Galaxia, Asteroids, and Donkey Kong were eating the quarters of children around the world. However, there were a couple companies out there that wanted to try something new. They wanted to bring games from the arcade straight to the TV screen. This trend was started by Atari, who began releasing game consoles for home televisions, such as the Atari Telegames Home Pong, which just played Pong. Not much more to it. Later on, in 1979, they released the Atari 2600. I'm here to find out where they put the other 2,599. The Atari 2600 was big, but because of this, people were starting to see how big video games could be, and something terrible happened. At this time, people began to realize the poor quality of home console games, especially compared to arcade cabinets. There was low, if not any moderation of what games made it to store shelves, and most of the games were experiences I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. With the release of Pac-Man and E.T. the Extraterrestrial on the Atari 2600, video games hit an all-time low. People were refunding these games in hordes. I mean, look at that alien. Who can blame them? The industry would be completely doomed if it kept going on like this. Video games needed help. They needed saving.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's our game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
In comes Nintendo, a company new to the video game industry who released the Famicom to rousing success in Japan. They knew the Western market wouldn't go for new games after the failures of the second generation. That's when they realized the one thing all gamers need: a friend. Rob allowed Nintendo to market their new console, the Nintendo Entertainment System, as a toy, appealing to Western audiences. With this release in 1985, they added a very special game, Super Mario Bros., a game about a plumber named Mario who had to rescue a princess by jumping on the heads of mushrooms and turtles. It actually had incredibly tight gameplay compared to all other games at the time, and was incredibly well received. Super Mario Bros. Went on to sell over 1 million copies over 4 months. If it weren't for Mario, we wouldn't have video games as we know it now. You know, maybe Nintendo should have stuck to toys.